boxing.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's doing okay. We have an excellent card this coming Saturday on DAZN. The main event is Bam Rodriguez taking on Rungvisai. I can't pronounce his full name, so Rungvisai will do. The whole card from top to bottom is excellent. Super flyweight main event. Let's get into that because this is the intriguing fight. Okay, Bam Rodriguez just coming off a win against Quadras. Moved up in weight, took the belt, WBC belt. Now he's fighting Rungvisai, and that is a very, very tough fight to go straight into. Obviously tells you a lot about the dedication, desire and ambition of Bam Rodriguez, because this is not an easy fight at all. Rungvisai is a very big, strong, awkward southpaw. They're both southpaws actually. Let's start with Bam Rodriguez. His balance and his movement and his footwork and his punch selection and his defensive responsibility and his fluidity and his angles are quite something. I mean, I haven't been onto him for all that long, I'll be totally honest, but watching the Quadras fight, I'd heard of him prior to that, but really the Quadras fight, I was like, wow, what a talent. And he's 22 years old, but he looks and sounds like he's 50. I don't mean look, he looks 22, maybe he looks a bit younger actually, but in his eyes and you can tell his soul, there's an old soul in there, you know, and he's just a breath of fresh air. He wants to fight the best straight away. I love it. There's a lot of really high level boxers that are coming out doing that, and that is only good for the sport because it could hopefully set more of a trend for other fighters or put the pressure on other fighters to do the same thing. So it's only good for the sport. But yeah, Rodriguez is trained by Robert Garcia, who was just in Saudi Arabia with AJ, flying over to Houston. You know, in terms of preparations, I don't think it's a big deal because, you know, his whole family's in there, his dad, his brothers, you know, they've got a plethora of fighters in the gym. So, and obviously he'll be ringside for Bam Rodriguez too. So I don't think it's a big issue. It would be a bit different if you didn't have a stable and you didn't have your family around to be able to sort of, you know, take care of things while you're not there. So that's all good. But in terms of Rungvisai, look, he had an absolutely amazing run back in 2014. You remember that Superfly series HBO used to do with like the top, like not series, but like I guess they titled it Superfly, and it was Quadras, Estrada, Rungvisai, Chocolatito. Amazing. And you know, boy, do we miss HBO. I know I do. But during that period, Rungvisai beat Chocolatito twice, knocked him out brutally in the second one, lost to Estrada. That was his last loss. Did he beat Estrada too? Yeah, he beat Estrada, lost to him. What an incredible run. This guy is an absolute handful. He is a big, powerful man, very imposing. He's a little awkward because, you know, he's fighting out of Thailand. He actually got stopped in his first two fights, drew his third and lost again, and then he went on a terrific run. One of the better runs in boxing, really, in more recent memory, if you think about it, when you put the fighters he beat and given how he started. But yeah, it's fascinating. He's got a really tough style to deal with because he is so big and strong, punches really hard, and he's a bit cumbersome with it, but that can be very imposing when you have a big man just walking you down trying to lay massive shots onto you, especially downstairs too. I don't think he really knows how to throw a jab. Be very intriguing for Bam Rodriguez to see how he's going to deal with this, because let's talk about the fight plan. This is obviously not a huge fight. When I do these fight breakdowns, I like to go into a bit more detail, but you know, I haven't watched a lot of Rungvisai recently. I know he's been in Thailand, signed with Matchroom in 2019, then he was in Thailand fighting down there. So he's been kind of off my radar, so I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter, but we'll talk about the fight breakdown. Now, Rodriguez is going to have to definitely not fight Rungvisai in the mid-range or in the pocket like he did Quadras at times. You know, he was very comfortable in there, pivoting, shifting, moving, you know. But like at times he really got in the pocket and was fighting on the inside with him, and that is definitely something he should not do against Rungvisai, and I don't think he will, because you know, he's going to have to box and move and use his intelligence and angles, which, you know, Bam Rodriguez might be the best in boxing right now, and he does the Lomachenko thing. You could probably say Loma is Usyk too. They're probably masters at it, but Bam Rodriguez isn't far off, given he's only 22. He's a southpaw. He likes to come on the outside, although that will be negated a little bit because Rungvisai is a southpaw. So I can see Rodriguez boxing far more conservatively, you know, boxing on the back foot. He's going to feel not the power, just to feel that will of Rungvisai, you know. Like I said, when you have a bigger man walking you down, it's different, and he's going to feel his power probably, and Rungvisai is probably going to try and hit him anywhere, you know, or try to punch with him. Rodriguez is going to try to keep his moves, keep his footwork slick. He's got so many pivots and shuffles, and like his footwork is absolutely extraordinary, and that's going to be the difference in this fight, I think. And the movement and the IQ and shifting, short shots, defensive responsibilities from Bam is going to be really important too, if he does end up in the pocket looking to let his hands go, because Rungvisai's best chance, in my opinion, is to punch with him. I don't think Rodriguez is. I think Robert Garcia's game plan will be, you got to move, box, move, frustrate him a little bit. Rungvisai's feet, like I said, are very flat-footed, they're very plodding, and they're very cumbersome, and Rodriguez's aren't. And that will be, as I mentioned, the difference in the fight for me. I'm gonna say a 12-round unanimous decision for Bam Rodriguez. Can't see him stopping Rungvisai, even though Rungvisai has been stopped. But he's just so big and strong. He barely makes the weight. And, you know, I think just being a bit more cautious in game plan, Rodriguez should look just to box and get this dude out the way and move on to bigger and better things again, because he wants to take on all comers. And I'm hearing that a lot from a lot of different boxers lately, you know, like Boots Ennis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, who's already done that and willing to test yourself and challenge yourself. Bam Rodriguez, I'm sure there's more. It's great. It's great for boxing. It puts the pressure on the promoters, and it gets us the best fights. So why would we not want that? I'll be tuning in with intrigue this Saturday. Let me know your thoughts if you have anything to add, if you know a bit more detail about this fight than I do. I've only been tuning into Rodriguez for a couple of fights, like I said, or just the last fight really. So I'd love to learn. I love learning from any you know, people watching. So anyway, that's it from me. Boxing on the Edge. Take care of yourself, all right? Take care.